What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy OddNoobian back at you with another reaction to The Wire episode 13. I almost said The Sopranos. To The Wire episode 13. So yeah, in the last episode we seen we finally got Avon, right? It was kind of a anticlimactic, unsatisfying conclusion to this whole endeavor with the Avon Barksdale and his crew. Stringer did make it out, or he didn't get caught up because they ended up killing Wallace, and that kind of freed Stringer because he was the witness for that. So they killed Wallace, kind of unceremoniously murdered Wallace. See somebody on my Patreon said that it was kind of to clear up loose ends. I get it. I understand why they did it, but it was just kind of like, man, they didn't get no proof. That was supposed to be their homie from back in the day, you know. And they killed that lady from episode 1. I kind of understand why they did that. That makes sense because she was a loose end. They didn't really know her. She was gonna snitch anyways, and they kind of paid her off and got to her in order for her not to snitch. So there was always a potential for her to snitch again. But they know Wallace. You know, Wallace is part of the crew, even though he was snitching, right? They didn't have any proof he was snitching. So I mean, they were justified in what they did because they were right. But at the same time, you know, his friends just murked him off with no proof. You know, it's kind of weird because the whole thing with Tony was going on as well, and they were trying to kill Pussy, and it's a similar situation, but Tony chose to vet the situation. Like, I want to see The Wire on my man. So I haven't watched the last episode of that season yet, so I don't know how that goes, but I will get into that after this. But anyways, I'm talking about The Wire right now. Let's hop into The Wire, see what this last episode of season 1 is about, see how they wrap this season up, and kind of move on to the next season. If you enjoyed the reaction, subscribe to the channel, like the video, it helps me out with the YouTube algorithm, and I do appreciate it. Check out one of the other videos on the channel if you enjoyed this one. You'll probably enjoy those as well. Patreon is in the link in the description below. If you would like to watch along with me, you will need your own copy. Episode 1 of The Wire and The Sopranos are free over on Patreon, so you can go check those out if you want. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's hop into this. The Wire, episode 13. Let's get it. Oh, Kima. I kind of forgot about Kima. She's waking up. She looked like she's doing better.
Little man. For sure.
It's good. You been all right?
I can make little man. Because he's in the front. But the other one, he's outside in the dark.
So she can't eye Weebay.
So.
Oh, you know, it's okay. It's okay. Now, DNA matched human hair from one of the hoodies to Weebay. Freeman, he tracked a call from the payphone near the scene to Stringer Bell, paging. An ID of both your shooters would play a whole lot easier come trial.
Sometimes things just gotta play hard.
I knew she wasn't gonna go, man. She didn't seem like the type. So I guess they're not gonna be able to get Weebay in the whole thing. So he gonna just get out of it. Cause they don't have the guns. They don't really have nothing. They have like hair from a hoodie, he said, from Weebay, but that don't mean shit. But Lil Man look like it's going bad for him. But he gone. Look, they killed Lil Man. That is right. Lil Man dead. So it already went bad for him. All in the game.
Reached our limit. Let's go home, sir. Huh? Let's go home, sir.
Damn, bro.
We're looking at a soon-to-be-made sergeant. So what I'm saying is, when we're around the troops, you gotta get used to showing the proper respect.
Power going to that
So
rock
let's go
head of
home,
yours.
sir.
That's terrible. That's the worst, man. You get a little bit of rank up, and it's like, put some respect on my name. I'm like, bro, I know you. Still the piece of shit I knew from before.
It's Rhonda Perlman. Just got a call from an assistant public defender in North Jersey who claims to represent a man by the name of D'Angelo Barksdale.
Yeah, because he
Meet me in homicide. Bring a tape recorder.
denied the lawyer.
Levy.
Levy, yeah. Levy.
Case got some legs on it, don't she?
Don't you?
We're up to almost 20 arrests at last count. If you look at the probable cause, they all read just like yours. Information from a confidential source.
I mean, it seemed way too much for one snitch.
Oh, I agree. My gut tells me a wire, either in a phone or two, or maybe something in a room somewhere.
When I talk to him face to face in my office in the back of the club.
Fuck. It's good you moved out of there.
I don't know, man. I mean, if they got a mic up in there, they got you and me saying all kind of shit.
Oh, reminds me.
The way that camera work was like closing up on each one of them instead of just showing all three of them talk.
Thing is, they take you and leave me.
Yeah, that's what's fucking me up too, man.
Look, we'll know soon enough as soon as I start pressing for discovery. One of the ways to limit your exposure is what's called a structured plea. That means that you're gonna have to deliver your people, all of them, down to a man.
Oh, yeah.
She's still mad.
What the fuck did you do to her?
I don't know.
You know, McNulty. Come on, man.
You two in the same car. Gonna make for a long-ass drive to Jersey.
Do business in the funeral home? Damn boys right outside in suits, throwing bones.
You know what? We could...
And let them know the count comes here from now on. Period.
Oh, that's the
Damn, boy. Y'all change up.
Angelo's mom.
Y'all that paranoid? You ain't even been up in there before.
Tell you, sis, shit is different. We are not gonna talk about nothing indoors. It's a new day. You send out the word. You let them know we ain't dead yet. About my nephew.
Don't fret. Give me a chance to get Roberto, and I'll get up to date.
So that's his sister,
Most
right?
of it.
She look like she in the game, man. Like she's like, you know, she's just down for the cause. We haven't seen her until like last episode or the episode before.
Told you, I don't know nothing about that witness being killed.
Which witness? Remember her?
Jesus. You did her?
Yeah, about the same time I did the boy.
I got Wallace. Damn.
Wallace.
But I need to go past Argyle Street tonight, check in with Wallace.
Wallace?
And he off the hook since we helped the tower crew get that sticker, boy.
God.
His name is Brandon Wright.
Oh,
Brendan broke fingers, gouging eye out. All kinds of fun.
they did him
Wallace was
so
the one who
bad,
saw.
bro.
They dropped the body where we see it. Send a message to the Jets, they said. Wallace, he couldn't handle that. After seeing that, he wanted to get out. Go back to school. And we even joked about it. I said, Wallace ain't no snitch. Plus, he's out the fucking game. I told him that. But I needed to do more.
He still don't know
I
Wallace
should've
was a
done more.
snitch though. It makes sense, and they probably not gonna tell him.
Tap, tap, tap. She was one of my uncle's girls.
Oh no,
Yeah,
that
but we
is-
got people who put you
I
in
got her
there
mixed
unless
up
she's
with
killed.
the one that
Yeah.
we
I didn't
being
know they was gonna
trained
do
up.
her. I swear, they played me. So, yeah, Weebay take me over there. You know, I walked up, knocked on the door. She came to the door, all naked and shit with this little ass robe on.
So she's your uncle's girl, but she comes to the door for you naked.
She used to do that shit with me all the time, man. Teasing. You know how girls do. Maybe you don't. You know, when she gets up to the window and looks out,
So he lied to them and said it was him.
you just live with this shit until you can't breathe no more. I swear to God, I was courtside for 8 months, and I was free in jail than I was at home. I just want to go somewhere where I can breathe like regular folk. You give me that, and I'll give you them.
I mean, I get it, man. That shit is trash. When you see all these people, just bodies dropping, you seen he was sketchy about it earlier in the season. He wasn't feeling it, but he was just trying to push through. And Wallace was the straw. You know what I mean?
I have to admit it, Jimmy. This is a great case. I mean, not just because of Greg's, because it goes to that and it answers that, but because of how deep it goes. I mean, the murders, the money. Jesus, I feel like I've been drunk ever since that kid started talking to us.
You're gonna drive? Levy's the other day, I was.
Yep, there it is. She all hot and heavy. Career case. Let me get these pants off.
We actually need a list of phones in Philly that called this number in the past week.
What's the number?
Drug lawyer, downtown office.
Thought Billing be the place to look.
The Philly number gives us the mope who shot that female undercover.
That's all you need. Shot a cop. Streamline.
Telling you, Fitz.
Yo, you locked that door, right? Yeah? All right, so listen. It's not street ready, right? So everybody gotta work on their own cut and file up. Now, listen to me. Tell them to get this straight. 3 parts of this, right? To 1 of raw.
They still going hard, man. All these people got indictments and going to jail, and they still out here slanging it, man. They gonna get that money.
To run with you on this, we need a recognized OC target, or even better, a connect to counterterrorism or corruption.
You want to hear stuff like that? We have something we can bring to our ASAC.
They do got corruption.
What kind of corruption?
Oh, I'm about to say, they got corruption.
Don't know. What kind you got?
Ooh, boys over here trying to move in. Call me Batman, son.
Where we at?
With what?
With the case, fool.
Jesus, give it a rest.
What's on the wire?
You know her girl don't want to hear that. After you just got shot, that's the last thing she want to hear.
Come on, man.
Wire's dead. They changed up after we hit them with raids. For a case like this, it's always you or Sidner or some other black cop who ends up going undercover. I swear, if I could do it over.
If I could do it over, you know what I'd do? Put more tape on that fucking gun.
She could get her gun.
I'm sorry, Kima.
Maybe you can do something for me.
She said you were doing good.
Help out Bubs.
Said she was proud of you.
I wonder how he doing, man.
How's he doing? Still shook. You give the rest back to her.
You know, that's not looking too good.
You sure?
Looks like he ain't make it.
Don't tell her.
Yeah. Damn. Went right back to it, Bubs, huh? It's just rough, man.
What we got, man?
Over there, man. I don't fucking believe it.
It's hard, man. I know it's terrible to try to kick that shit after you've been doing it for so long. You get sick. It's terrible. Oh, man, Lester out here getting it. Oh, Lester. Protect and serve, huh, Lester? Protect and serve, all right. And close this door.
Are you talking about turning Barksdale and Bell into cooperators and making the politicians the primary target? Of course. No, fuck the politicians.
So
It's
then
Barksdale
they
and
gonna
Bell.
get off on
Those guys have turned West Baltimore into a free fire zone.
Damn.
No one's saying they walk.
But what you are saying is that if we bring you guys the case, it's your intention to let Barksdale and Bell reduce any sentence they get through cooperation, huh?
Jesus Christ, are you kidding? West Baltimore is dying, and you empty suits are running around trying to pin some politician's pelt to the wall. Thought you was real police, brother.
Hey, man. That's how it be. Politicians more high profile than some random black dude from the hood. don't give a fuck about him. Like, no matter what he's doing.
You ready for that? Ma, you know I ain't. I ain't ready, and I ain't never gonna be ready for this game.
D, come on.
Look, they giving me a chance to walk away.
No, damn, he gonna tell her?
To start again someplace else.
She didn't know.
How the fuck you gonna start over without your peoples? Without your own child, even?
That is true. You gotta leave his kid. I can see where she's coming from to a degree, but at some point it's like, man, listen, maybe this is not what I want to do in my life, man. But he do got to give up his cousin or his uncle and all these people. I mean, I'll tell you my stance on snitching after the episode.
Been weeks now. The deputy ops knows what's going on in this unit almost before I do.
Oh, he the snitch?
Except last week, we run the buck up into Barksdale's club office. And Burrell, for once, he's a step behind. A couple of weeks from now, you're going to be in some district somewhere with 11 or 12 uniforms looking to you for everything. You show loyalty, they learn loyalty. You show them it's about the work, it'll be about the work. You show them some other kind of game, then that's the game they'll play. Comes a day you're gonna have to decide whether it's about you or about the work.
That's the same thing Daniels did, as he was vying for Major, and then he decided to choose the work over that position. Got him. Damn, Weebay.
Oh, where's the leg? There you go. Y'all bottom bitches. Y'all had to fuck with my ride.
You low bottom bitches. Pissed.
Motherfuckers got lucky.
Great work. You all did great work. For the number of clearances I'm looking at here, I mean, Christ, for the first time this year, we got the clearance rate up over 40%. And of course, it's the first a deputy hears his troops are creeping behind his back, trying to take a case federal when they've already been told the case is closed. I want to see you land okay, Jimmy. So tell me, where don't you want to go?
Oh, here it is. And he got the smile. Lester told him, you do your job too well for too long. Where don't you want to go?
Representing Mr. Bryce, I'm fairly confident that to avoid the death penalty, he'll proffer to at least half dozen of your open murders.
Naming co-conspirators? For that kind of cooperation, I'd be willing to consider straight life.
No, indeed. I believe
in
Mr.
jail?
Bryce is ready to take sole responsibility for all
Damn,
this
he
crime.
gonna take the weight
Still,
of
you
all
walk
them
away with at
joints.
least a half dozen clearances. If you have a charge against Mr. Bell, file it. Otherwise, it's my understanding that nothing in all those hours of tape implicates it.
Damn, look at that smug little smile Levy got, man.
3 or 4 years ain't enough, Maury. Not for Avon Barksdale.
No? Make an offer.
Part 14.
Wow. 3 or 4 years for all that, being like the kingpin.
Search of the vehicle, which was rendered from the Avis location at BWI Airport, revealed that a kilogram of nearly pure heroin was concealed beneath the spare tire in the car trunk. In accepting this plea, Mr. Barksdale
Same as
acknowledges his role
episode
in
1.
procuring those drugs with the intent to dilute, package, and sell retail amounts of heroin.
Nah. But as to murders, you might as well give them what you have. Because anything you leave out is outside the deal. If they learn about it later, they can charge you later.
Fuck it then. For another pit sandwich and some tater salad, I'll go a few more.
No fucks, bro.
You want that? Medium rare out of horseradish.
Ugh, horseradish, bro? That shit's nasty. Hate horseradish.
The security lady. And what's his name? The maintenance man.
You gonna take those two?
Gant?
Yeah.
So you gonna take those off Bird?
You did Gant alone.
So they gonna take that off Bird.
Got a tater salad, how about slaw?
Down here, we make big cases. Big, hairy ball cases, like this Barksdale thing, right? And all that mess you call police work down in the districts, all that fuck somebody up and rip and run bullshit, it won't play down here. You think I'm kidding?
That was him.
This is what makes cases, gentlemen. This.
Wow, Herc. We here now? That's what's up, Herc, man. Schooling the youngins on the good ways of doing things. I like that.
If you remember these few rules, you'll find me to be supportive and reasonable.
Very reasonable, sir.
And this dude's
That's what they say
still
about me.
tongue
They
in
say that,
butthole.
they do. I read all about it in the papers. You done good, kiddo.
Get up out of here, man.
And is refusing to cooperate against others in the conspiracy. The state is offering only the maximum allowable 20 years. Your Honor.
Ugh. 20
Mr. Lee,
years.
This is your understanding of the plea agreement?
Yes, sir.
Very well then, Mr. Barksdale. Can you hear me distinctly?
I know it, but this motherfucker's just taking murders just to take them.
Mm-hmm.
He's taking life, no parole for shooting a cop. What the fuck? Might as well try to spring bird for killing Gant.
Yep. That's exactly what I said. Might as well just take them all. Life with no parole, like never seeing the outside again, man. It's over. Damn, Bubs, still out there ripping and running, huh? What was they call it? The copper house? No, they just gonna steal the copper off this truck. Oh, cop. Nope. Cut left. Oh, that's oh boy, I can't think of his name right now. I know. He was on the case too. Didn't he say this is where he didn't want to go? I can't remember exactly where he said he didn't want to go, but I think it's where he said he didn't want to go. Like the Marine unit, it says Marine unit right there. Is that Omar?
Are you the man with them jumbo sixes? How many you fucking want? Take about 3 or 400.
Omar back in the gang, baby. He came back.
All in the game, yo. All in the game.
So yeah, that was season 1. I mean, yeah, that was season 1, the end of season 1. And so I was gonna say my stance on snitching, right? The way I view snitching is, right? If you are in the game and you out there ripping and running and doing your thing, selling drugs, you a shooter, you stick up kid, whatever you do, right? You do illegal activities and you in a crew and you get caught, you really shouldn't snitch because that's on you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you did that. You chose to get into the game. Even with D'Angelo, like, D'Angelo was kind of born into it, as he said, and he said he didn't have a choice and all that stuff. And his mom looks like she nudged him into the game in one way or another. You know what I mean? But still, at the same time, I mean, if you're a grown man, you did what you did. You know? You did what you did. You were out there selling drugs. And if you get caught up, snitching is not really something you should be doing. People who snitch are working people, like the maintenance man. Like the maintenance man, if he snitch, he not in the game. This dude is a working man. He does what he does, and he trying to live his life the best way he can. And if he tells, like, you know, y'all come to him with some bullshit, and he tells you, say, hey, man, that's just what he did. Like, you know, the cops is for him. But the cops ain't for drug dealers, like, and stuff like that. You did what you did, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying nothing against your lifestyle or any of that stuff. I'm not saying that they're wrong or anything. I'm just saying, like, if you are in the game, I don't think you should snitch because you just take your time. You know what I mean? I understand why D'Angelo wanted to snitch because his head wasn't in the game for a minute. And, you know, that whole Wallace thing kind of got under his skin and he just wanted to get out of the game and he wanted to leave that place. But it looks like his mom talked him back into it. And it looks like he got 20 years. If I had seen that, right? I didn't see him say, I mean, he might get parole earlier, but 20 years? Weebay done. He going to life, no parole. So, and he took that charge off Bird, so Bird might be getting out. So, and then D'Angelo, he got 7, but he might get out early as well. And Stringer's out there running the game until D'Angelo gets out, whenever that may be. So, not D'Angelo, Avon, until Avon gets out, whenever that may be. So you don't even know. Like, cut one head off the serpent, just grows another one, which now is Stringer moved up in the world, and then here we are. So I don't know, man, but it looks like his mom, D'Angelo's mom, is kind of in the game in some sort of way or whatever. It's that whole family thing. It kind of reminds me of Luke Cage. Have you ever seen Luke Cage? It kind of reminds me of that, like family is the most important thing. Season 1, I should say. Family and all that stuff. And then, their family is crime oriented, but they think they're doing it for, their own good. But, so yeah. So everybody went to jail except for Stringer. He's running the gang right now. And then as far as everybody else's arcs in the season, Kima looks like she woke up and she looks like she may or may not quit the force. She might be done, depending on, what choice she made. At the end, you've seen her looking out the window because, she loves being a cop. And she wants to quit for her relationship. So it's pretty much, I feel like if she doesn't quit, her girlfriend's going to leave. And so she at the point where she might have to choose between her relationship and her job, which is a terrible decision. So I don't know how she's going to handle that and what's going to happen. At the end, we also see McNulty. He got placed in the Marine unit. The Major Rawls came at him with that question that Lester told him was going to happen, man. Like, where don't you want to go? I want to make sure you land. He said almost exactly how Lester said it. I want to make sure you land good. Where don't you want to go? And then McNulty smiled because he's like, yep, here it is. And that all happened because he went behind their backs again and tried to take it to the feds. And the feds wanted to get that senator who, I think the senator is that black guy who was picking up the money, or who had Day pick up the money from the hood. They wanted to try to take him down, but they didn't want to have Barksdale and them make plea deals in order to get less time so they could put the senator in jail. They wanted Barksdale and them off the street. That was the whole purpose of the case. If they just do that and get plea deals in order to get this senator, then it kind of ruins the whole thing, because the senator is not necessarily the one out there doing the murders and drug deals and stuff like that. He's just reaping the benefits, doing whatever he's doing. But, crooked politicians, if you take down a crooked politician, is always better in the paper than, some dude from the hood. You know what I mean? Like, this guy's over here dealing drugs. He went to jail. No big deal. But a senator going to jail, that is a big deal. That's somebody people elected to put into a chair to make decisions, and he's out here crooked, and you take him down. That puts a lot on people's names who actually caught him and brought him down. So obviously the FBI, especially the feds, they would want to deal with that instead of some street level dude. So they decided not to go with that, and they ended up taking Barksdale down. So McNulty's in the Marine shop unit. Lester went back to homicide. Herc, you seen Herc at the end? He was giving the young boys knowledge. Like Herc was that dude he was talking about, busting heads and out in the streets being ridiculous, and comes around and he sees what happened in that case, and that him doing that Barksdale case kind of elevated him. He grew up, as I should say, in the police force, and now he's passing down that knowledge to younger people and stuff like that. Perez got his gun back, so it looks like he's going back into the game. And then also Daniels, we seen Daniels. He went from trying to be the major, right, and trying to stick to the plan and climb up that I want to say corporate ladder, but climb up the ladder of success and be major or whatever. And at the end, he was like, you know what? This is more important than me. You know what I mean? He's seen that taking down Barksdale and all that stuff as more important than himself. So he chose that, and he actually crossed the deputy ops and crossed all these people and stuff like that, and ended up not making major. And then that dude, I think that was that dude in the elevator that we seen earlier. He said, thing for major is coming up, so I don't want to be on anybody's bad side. I'm pretty sure we seen him at the end, and he's the one that made major. And then he offered Daniels a job, like as his lieutenant or whatever, a shift lieutenant, I think it was. So yeah, we seen there's some good arcs that happened here, man. I don't know where they're gonna go in season 2. If Avon's gonna come back into the game, McNulty looks like he's in the Marine unit, so he's no longer in homicide. So I don't know what he's gonna be doing. Is it gonna follow McNulty in the Marine unit? I don't even know what the Marine unit does. They work on the harbor, right, for like boats and stuff. So is he gonna be tracking down pirates? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what he's gonna be doing. So yeah, but the crew broke up, and I mean, the police crew, I should say, broke up, and they're all doing their own thing. So I'm interested to see what happens and what direction it goes in season 2. I hear people say that season 2 is the worst season. Somebody in one of the earlier episodes said that season 2 wasn't bad. It was just, in retrospect, it has a lot to do with the rest of the season, of the rest of the series. But as you watch it, it could feel kind of out of place. So I'll keep that in mind when I'm watching it. But anyways, I'm excited either way. Season 1 was phenomenal. The acting is phenomenal. The camera work is great. The dialogue is incredible. I really enjoy it. So I enjoyed this season. I hope you enjoyed watching it along with me. I hope you enjoyed these reactions. And if you did, subscribe to the channel. Like the video. It helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. I do appreciate it. Check out one of the other videos that's probably popping on the screen right now, because if you enjoyed this one, you probably enjoy those as well. Patreon is in the link down in the description below. If you want to watch along with me down there, you will need your own copy to watch along with me. You get 2 episodes a week instead of 1. Like you do over here on YouTube. And episode 1 of The Wire and The Sopranos are free on Patreon. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm going to see you in season 2 of The Wire. All right? Deuces.